I end up going from the agency. I end up going to work at another collection agency that's commission only.
They offer you
And
that commission
they offered me,
job. I remember,
yeah.
you were
Talk
stressed.
about
I
that.
remember they offered him this commission only job, and he came one day to the house and said, "Oh, baby, they offered me this job, commission only, but I'm decisive if I should take it or not because it's just commission, and we have bills, we have kids." And I remember it was towards tax season. I remember that. So back then we were getting tax returns, right? Because of our kids or whatever the situation was. We were expecting that tax return. So I told him, I said, I was scared, right? I was scared. You're going commission only. What if you fail the first month? What are we gonna do? But luckily, we were renting a house at my dad's house, and I said, you know what? He couldn't sleep for a whole week, so he didn't make up his mind right away. He still thought about it and analyzed everything at the moment. And I remember him not sleeping for a whole week. Well, he would sleep, but he was like waking up at night thinking of the job opportunity that he would make. They were telling him you could make up to 10,000. I mean, minimum $10,000
Eight
a
to
month,
10,000 a month.
commission only. So he couldn't sleep because he was thinking of the opportunity, right? So I told him, you know what? I told him, you know what, baby? Take the job. We are expecting to get our tax return. So if anything, God forbid, goes wrong for the first 2 months, we have that money to pay rent or to live by those 2 months.
Yeah, let's back up because when we were living at our mom's, when we lost the apartment in Ontario, my father-in-law had a front house that became available. He had renters there that just moved out. So we moved in, and I think he was charging me cheap, like $900 a month or something for rent. And we had just bought, I just bought a little Acura. Like I was making decent money, but we were still like barely surviving. So for me, making like, let's say I was taking home between 4 and 5 grand a month, we're doing okay. Like we're surviving, but who the fuck wants to just survive? So I was like, this is an opportunity to double my income, to make 10 grand. Like I know I can close. I know I'm good at what I do, but it's still scary because it's not just me now. I'm not living at my mom's house. So if I fail, it's not just me. It's gonna affect my wife and my kids. So that was the scariest thing.
Right. So he took it. So after I told him, you know what, stop stressing, go take the job. We have money coming in from the taxes. Anything goes, God forbid, you don't make money the first 2 months, 3 months, we have those savings. So he did. So he went and he took the opportunity. The first month, I don't think he did.
The first
So
month was
well.
very stressful. They didn't give me a chance to close because no one knew who I was. They didn't know what I was capable of. So I wasn't a senior closer. I was a point caller. So my job was to generate calls for some of the other closers. And in 3 weeks, it was very, very scary because I wasn't making money. I had to rely on other closers making me my money. I was just generating calls for them and like a lead generation. So the fourth week, I was already quitting, and one of the managers calls me and says, "Why are you quitting? You're so good on the phones." And I said, "Well, no one's giving me a chance to close deals. I'm not making any money. I'm commission only. I'm gonna go and try to get another job because this was the second time that I left the collection agency. They're like, if you leave this time, you're really not coming back." So that I burned that bridge. So it was very stressful, and the manager just said, "You know what? I'm gonna let you close. I'm one of the floor managers here, and I'm gonna let you close." So I came in the next month. I just shook it off. Actually, no, the last couple of days I started closing, and I just started ripping deals. And I think I made like 3 or 4 grand, a little bit less than what I was used to, but it proved that I could do it, and it inspired me and motivated me to come back the next month. And my second month into it, I think I made like 8 grand. And that's when our life started changing slowly, right? That was 2010. What do you remember about that?
Yeah, I remember. The first 3 months.
What happened when we started making a little bit of money?
We went to the Louis store.
No. I think I did buy you your first Louis bag.
we
I rented a condo. We rented a condo.
Yeah,
We moved out of your dad's.
but not so fast. You were there for a couple months.
Probably like 6 months.
Yeah, so we thought we were adults now, right? Like responsible and making money, and we went to, of course, like everyone else do, right? If you have extra money, you go to the expensive stores to buy.
We didn't know any better.
Yeah, you
It's
don't know
stupid.
any better.
Now we look back, it was fucking stupid.
I was not stupid, but
I
you
mean,
get
we
it out of your
enjoyed it,
system.
yeah.
You know, you go buy your Louis Vuitton, you go buy your Gucci, but
But it's not serious money yet. If I had to go back in time, I would have waited. So if, I'm making like, after a few months, I got better and better. So I started making like 10 to 12,000 a month. And we rolled this out for like a year, maybe a year and a half, almost 2 years.
that's when we started saving up money. Say a little bit, not too much, but because we would spend the money too. We would start saving a little bit of money.
We'd start going to Vegas. I think we went to Vegas for the first time ever that I had been to Vegas. And we didn't even know about valet parking yet. I was still parking in the back, walking through the hot ass parking lot in Vegas with the luggage. I didn't know what I didn't know. I was poor. I didn't know shit. Yeah. So you remember we went to the Venetian. It was like 150 a night or something. And I didn't even valet because we didn't know about valet. I didn't know about none of that. And after a while, a year or 2 years into it, we're making 10 to 12 grand a month. This is where it got really interesting. So one of the guys at the agency that I was working at, he was also another closer. He was doing pretty good. Me and him used to manage a team together. And he approached me and said, my dad is going to let me borrow some money. I'm going to start my own collection agency. I want you to come run it. And I said, I'm not going to do that. I am already managing a team. I'm already making about 12,000 a month average. I'm good. Why would I leave something that's secure to go hopefully work something out in a business with you where I'm going to manage? It's going to be the same job and just way more risk. I'm not going to do that. I said, but I will consider a partnership. You put up the money and I'll run the company. And if you're good with that, then let's do it. So he went back and forth. His dad was going to let him borrow the money. His dad was going to be business partners. His dad didn't want him to do it, but against his dad's opinion, he still offered me the partnership, and we got a loan from his dad. That was very scary. That was very scary. Well, I remember you not wanting me to do it.
Of course, it's a scare mind, a scarcity mind that you have at that moment because you're leaving your secure job that you were making $10,000 to $12,000 a month to go and rebuild, everything from scratch.
And this is in 2012. Like 2012 right now, $10,000-$12,000 is less money than it was back then.
Right. Right. So of course I was scared and I told him, "Oh, you sure? You sure you should not do it?" But, it's those times that you're scared. But throughout the years you learn that you have to you have to make your decisions even though if you're scared just to try it. I'm not saying it's for everyone. I'm not saying to go try something when you don't have anything.
We had a little bit of money saved though. But we had a little cushion.
It's not for everyone, but that's how all the billionaires, all the millionaires, all the successful people, because they took that risk, So yes, that was the my opinion at that time. I was scared, I was young too. I was just like, oh, don't do it. You're making good money, but he said, no, I need to do it. I feel like I need to do it. Okay. And then I said, okay, perfect. Yeah. Then I'll support your idea, your decision. And to this day, he still tells me and reminds me, oh, I remember you didn't. I said,
the way she reminds me that if it wasn't for her, I'd still be living at my mom's house, that she got me out of my mom's. I remind her, if you would have let that fear dominate us, I probably still would have been working for somebody making 10 grand a month.
Well, who knows? You probably would have saved money and built your own company like you have done now.
Yeah, I mean, who knows, right?
So we didn't know.
I probably still would have moved out of my mom's.
We didn't know what we didn't know now. No, you were probably still your mom's. But anyways,
yeah, I felt the confidence and I felt the belief in my stomach, and I believed in myself. I believed in my skill. I knew what I could do. Like, I knew that if worst case scenario, I just work 24 hours a day and not sleep. Like, I wasn't going to let us fail no matter what. It just
Yeah.
wasn't gonna let us fail. So I thought I'm just gonna be as aggressive as I need to be to at least make what I make right now and call myself an entrepreneur and a business owner. I'm just,
Mm.
at least if I can make what I make right now, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Luckily, I ended up making a lot more. It
Right.
got to a point in the first year or two where I was making like 20 grand a month.
Maybe all of you guys are interested on
What
watching
happened
part two.
after 2012? So we're all the way up to 2012 right now. At this point, Natalie and I were together for what, 5 years, from 2007 to 2012.
Hmm.
It's now 2024. So this was part one. I wanted to really show you the power of having a strong woman to be your source of energy, to be your belief, to be your inspiration, and to give you the courage and ultimately the strength and energy to do anything. So, part two will be coming out soon. Well, we'll continue past 2012. Baby, I love you. Thank
Love
you
it
very
too.
much for believing in me. And what do you want to say? What do you want to say?
That I love you too. You're a great man. You're a successful man, and we built this together, and not because of me, but because of you. So I think it's a teamwork. So I think that helped us. That's been helping us for
I
over
could
17
not
years.
have gotten to where I'm at without you. You're my superpower, you're my secret weapon. And for those people that didn't know that, a lot of people that know us personally in our lives, they know that. They know that you're my secret weapon. They know that you're my superpower. But those of you that didn't know that, now you know.
Everyone that's watching, that you're next to your spouse now at watching this, I encourage you guys to try to build that relationship. Try to bring your spouse into your business or into your life in general. Like when you have a decision to make, ask your wife what they think about it. It's always good to ask your spouse their opinion, not just don't and go do your own opinion. I'm sorry, your own decisions without bringing it to your spouse, because you never know. You never know when life is going to change for you because of maybe that decision that your wife did or your husband did. But always talk to each other when you guys have any doubts of anything. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching.